Well, hi. Well, that was kind of crazy. Huh. So funny. Hi, everybody. How are you guys tonight? Okay, so I was getting ready to start thing, and I went to click on the scene where I was going to start it, and it grabbed another one, and it wouldn't let go of it. And it was dragging it all over, and then I couldn't close any of my windows. I had to do a hard shutdown on my computer. Very strange, but I'm here. Oh my goodness, what a thing. And I have somebody that's joining me, a little alligator that's coming tonight to join in the party on this, see how things are going. And let me just check this here. Hi, Julie. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just got started, Julie. As I was telling Gloria, I had to do a hard shutdown on my computer because my mouse picked up other things and was dragging him around. It wouldn't close other things. Yeah, my computer's telling me it needs to um, it needs to retire, but that's okay. I'm expecting that. But so it's good to be here. I've got, as you can see, I've got the green shirt on for Christmas. I got the green gator because I am revisiting a story tonight that I read a little earlier, but Angie was the only one, and my camera didn't work. I didn't do this, but I did it anyway. But tonight, it's coming back. And it's coming back because it is an amazing retelling of The Night Before Christmas, Cajun style. And so there's checking in with everybody. Julie's here. Cute gator. Yes, this is my dog's new squeak toy for Christmas. And literally, he came down and has little squeakers, and he came down and saw it. And his eyes got this big around, and he sat back on his hind legs and like, is that for me? And I'm like, oh dear. Short-term memory, please. And then having a little gator over here that might help hold the pages. And my girls swam on a swim team that was the Gators, the Kingsgate Gators, and so we had gators all over the place. But this book I discovered, I can't even exactly remember how or when I discovered. I do know that Bob's Uncle Leo, who was half Cajun and half Choctaw, and Bob's mom was from North Biloxi, Mississippi, and she was one of 12 children, and her youngest sister married Leo. And Leo was the most luscious character of a fun man. And oh my gosh, he made a drink called a pink gator for me one time that, oh my goodness, yeah, it was just like 151 rum and a scoop of frozen pink lemonade in it. No water, no 7 Up, nothing. Just rum and pink lemonade. Yeah. Drink that on a hot summer day and see how long you stay seated in the lawn chair. Not too. Anyway, he was quite the character. Oops, there goes my gator. Oh well, let me grab her. Oh, come back. He was quite the character, and when I found this book, he knew about it and helped me, and I would call him whenever I was not sure on the accents and whatnot, and he would help me through that. But it's been a long time, and he passed about 3 years ago, and so it's been a long time since I checked in with him on the pronunciation. So when I read tonight, I do hope you will forgive me my inaccuracies on the Cajun. I do the best I can. With that being, it's quite an interesting combination of French and Southern and all that rich, wonderful language that goes into it. But before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about this book. So the Cajun Night Before Christmas never started out as a book. It started out, was actually in Louisiana. It's set in Louisiana in a bayou, and it was conceived by a gentleman by the name of J.B. Kling Jr., a retired Baton Rouge, Louisiana law enforcement officer and a popular after-dinner speaker. He originally appeared as a Christmas message from the Bergeron Plymouth Company of New Orleans. And I've seen the ad for it, which was a Christmas message in an ad in like a little old newspaper. And this is back in the 60s, I think. And under the pseudonym byline of Trosclair, it won a Clio Award in 1967 from the Academy of Television and Radio Advertising, because it went on to they did a radio show with it. And the illustrator of this, James Rice, was actually touring taking his portfolio around to places when he found this ad and thought, I wonder if I could illustrate this, and sold it as him illustrating this. And so it was then edited by a gentleman named Howard Jacobs, who is a scholar in lecturer and columnist for New Orleans Times and an expert on Cajun dialect. So it has gone on to become this rich tradition, from what I understand. And there's towns in Louisiana that they do the whole things around this Cajun Night Before Christmas, because, you know, the traditional idea of, I don't know if James Rice, I don't think James Rice is a widely acclaimed as the South's leading author and illustrator of juvenile books. Completed his MFA at Stephen F. Austin State University and has taught art and music at both high school and college levels. But I've had this book for a while, so. This tradition that they have, you know, with this, it's only natural that a community or a culture or an area would adapt stories like this to fit their environment. I mean, consider how often do children in southern Louisiana see snow, let alone reindeer, you know, that type of thing, and all that. I remember my cousin, there's stories of my cousin who grew up in Southern California. The first time he came up to my parents' house when he was a little kid, and he saw snowfall for the first time, he was just stunned, because he thought it came down in big, you know, like 6-inch chunks, just boom. He didn't know. And so it was always quite the thing to tease him, that someone who went on to become a superintendent of the Craters of the Moon National Park in Idaho, when he was little, didn't know that snow fell in flakes. But that was a funny thing to do. But anyway, with this story tonight, I'm hoping to share it with you, this wonderful adaptation called The Cajun Night Before Christmas. So put yourself in that setting in southern Louisiana, or Louisiana in the bayou area. It's warm, it's hot, it's even in December. There's a line in here about Mama passing the pepper through the crack in the door, and that was a tradition that was used to ward off evil spirits. And they would put pepper around the crack in the door to ward off evil spirits, and so that has entered into this. So it's kind of a fun thing to do. And maybe at the end, after we're done, we might grab paper and pen and markers and try to make a Christmas tag that matches this. I kind of want to itching to try to draw an alligator. We'll see. So you ready for the Cajun Night Before Christmas? I'll take us to that page. Yay. There we are. My goodness, I lost some things here. All right, let me get myself back in here. There we are. Yes. So some things happened when I had to shut down. All right. So here it is, Cajun Night Before Christmas. I'll get some stuff out of your way. Illustrated by James Rice. Written by Trosclair. I happened to, my husband was on a business trip one time to New Orleans and saw a children's bookstore, and James Rice happened to be there, and he went in and got a signed copy for me. So yeah, for Gretchen. Yes. Cajun Night Before Christmas by Trosclair, edited by James Howard and illustrated by James Rice, or by Howard Jacobs and illustrated by James Rice. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house there don't a thing pass, not even a mouse. The children been nuzzled good snug on the floor, and Mama passed the pepper through the crack on the door. The Mama in the fireplace done roast up the ham, stir up the gumbo, and make bake the yam. Then out on the bayou, they got such a clatter, make sound like old Bodro done fall off his ladder. I run like a rabbit, I got to the door, trip over the dog, and fall on the floor. As I look out the door in the light of the moon, I think, man, you crazy, or got old too soon. 'Cause there on the bayou, when I stretch my neck stiff, there's 8 alligator a-pulling the skiff, and a little fat drover with a long pulling stick, I know right away got to be old Saint Nick. More faster and faster the gator they came, he whistle and holler and called them by name. Augustin, Artibio, Pierre and Alcée, Jeannette, Jesusette, Celeste and Renee. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, make crawl, alligator, and be sure you don't fall. Like Tanta Flo's cat through the treetop he fly, when their big old hound dog come a run hisself by. Like that up the porch, oh, them old gator climb, with the skiff full of toy, and St. Nicholas behind. Then on top of the porch roof it sound like the hail, when all them big gators sat down on their tail. Then down the chimney I yell with a bam, and St. Nicholas fall and sit on the ham. "Oh, sacré!" he exclaimed, "my pot got a hole. I done sot myself on a red-hot coal." He gets on his foots and jumps like a cat out to the floor, where he land with a splat. He was dressed in muskrat from his head to his foot, and his clothes is all dirty, all covered with soot. A sack full of plating he throw on his back. He looked like a burglar, and that for a fact. His eyes how they shine, his dimple how merry. Maybe he been drink the wine from blackberry. His cheek was like rose, his nose like a cherry. On second thought, maybe he done lap up the sherry. With snow white chin whisker and quivering belly, he shook when he laughed like the strawberry jelly. But a wink of his eye and a shook of his head make my confidence that I don't got to be scared. He don't do no talking. Gone straight to his work, put plating in sock, and then turn with the jerk. He put both his hand there on top of his head, cast an eye on the chimney, and then he done said, with all of that fire and them burning hot flame, me, I ain't going back by the same way I came. So he run out the door, and he climbed to the roof, for he ain't no fool him for to make one more goof. He jump in his skiff and crack his big whip. The gator move down and don't make one slip. And I hear him shout loud as a splash on he go. Merry Christmas to all, till I see you some more. And that is the Cajun Night Before Christmas. I just love this book. I have read it year after year to my students when I was teaching. It's just the funnest book in the round. I just think it's fascinating. Now, I read it again because I read it when, as I said, I had read it earlier in the month when I didn't have a camera that something worked, and I just read it anyway because I didn't have anything else there. And Angie was on. But I decided I wanted to bring it back and read it again because there will be more. Because there is, oh dear, what's coming up for the day after Christmas? But Cajun Night After Christmas. Oh. And then there's also Gaston the Green-Nosed Alligator. So both of those books will have to come out sharing. So I would like to do something kind of like this for a little bit of a card. And I, rather than have my acrylic paints, my acrylic pens out, I have these Arteza brush pens. And there's supposed to be a water brush for a watercolor blending brush with them. And, of course, it wasn't in the box. My granddaughter most likely has it. And I just had, oh well. So I'm probably not, oh, there it is. I got a paintbrush here with some water so that I can blend if I need to. But right now I have to move this because the librarian in me cannot quite deal putting that on there to paint. But I can put my pens here. So what I'm going to try to do, we're going to try to make a gift tag like we did the other night, where we made these gift tags like this kind of things. Okay. See if I can do this. All right, let's go for the skiff. The skiff is going to start like, it's got to be, oh, these are kind of interesting pens. All right. And okay. I'm just going to try to make a skiff like that, kind of. Okay. Get some other color in it, like dark. I can see how these kind of pens, it's darker under here to show it's underneath. And then the front is darker. Right there. Might need some blending. I wonder what happens with it. You guys ever use these? Oh, bad buffering. Yeah, Julie, we're having, I'm supposed to go to Oregon next week for New Year's to watch my grandkids for New Year's Eve, and we decided to take the train rather than try to drive, because we have a really nasty Arctic front coming down from the Fraser River, and it's not going to be fun coming in. I don't know. Oh, maybe that works. Not sure about this. Anyway, I gotta get little Mr. Muskrat. He needs a muskrat hat. There. A little bit of hat there. And then there's some of his hair, and his arm comes out here. And then he's all bunched up. Oh, I made him too short. Oh, he's sitting lower in the skiff than the other Santa was. His arms up there. We'll see how this goes. A little lighter color for his hand. Holding the skiff there, and okay. His face. See what we can do here. I don't know if I have anything for white. We're making a gray. Oh, maybe I can just make it a gray beard. No, that's too dark. What do you think, Gloria? Kind of. I'm not sure about this. This is kind of funny. Okay. Where's that? Let's get his sleeve going here. There. And a red sack in the back with his. Yep, that'll work. Now I need the gator. My gator's got to be, gator nose, gator forehead, come back down, gator hump on his back. His tail comes up. He's got a leg down there. Up. And well, looks more like a dinosaur than a gator, but we're just playing. Is there another green? And it's got a collar on there. Oh, I might just do that along there. Well, this one is not going to make tags, but this is kind of fun. And you could give him some eyes that are little blue eyes, and he needs a little pink mouth. Okay, not my finest, but you know, that's that. Gloria, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. That's because it's so far away and it's tiny. Yeah, you can kind of tell. You know what? This is the kind of thing that Rory would like it. She's only 8 months and she wouldn't mind it at all. A dino gator. Oh my gosh. Yes. McLean would love it. He's mine. Yes. I took him to the Moab Giants when we were down there, and they have his dad was running that 240-mile race, and so on McLean's birthday, I took him to the Moab Giants, which is where they have real fossils that they've found and everything, but they've also done, they have like over 300, is it over 300? I don't know. They have all these acres that they've built dinosaurs, life-size dinosaurs of everything. And you can go up and touch them and everything. So yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, looks good. It doesn't, I didn't pull out. You know what it needs? It needs the moon behind it. That would be fun to do that kind of fun stuff. But like I said, I'm still kind of obsessed with making these tags. I've made more tags than I have gifts. It's really sad when your husband orders his own gift. What was it for his stocking? He says, I got some Malden smoked sea salt. Here, put it in my stocking. Oh, Julie, you have a Merry Christmas too. Very Merry Christmas. Tomorrow night, I'm going to have a recorded one. I'll put it out as a premiere at 7. It'll premiere at 7, but I'm going to be Christmas Eving with my daughter. And so I think I have a winter story to share. And that will be tomorrow night, Christmas Day. It's just Bob and I here, so I'm sure I will do a Christmas Day story just because I like to. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your family. And Gloria, thanks for being here. Julie, thanks for being here too. And it's just been really nice to have this here. And I think I will sign off now that Cajun Night Before Christmas has done and come back. And I hope you enjoyed it. It's a wonderful, wonderful story. You can find it on YouTube, probably done far better than I do in other places, but it's still really fun, and it's a great, great book. I love it. All right, everybody. Until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. And like I always say, go look in the mirror first, because it's looking right back at you. You have a blessed day and enjoy however you celebrate these next few days. Enjoy. I'll see you soon.